so glad to see you, Liz. I'm very excited for this
Yeah,
moment,
we're really
finally.
excited too. Thank you for this
Yes,
time, for your honesty, for opening the space for us. So we're really, really grateful with you guys.
yes, yes. I can. Well,
Yeah,
we're
I
waiting a
think
little bit
he's
until
there. I
Santiago
see his
joins,
name.
but
So maybe, yeah, he's there.
mhm.
Santi, mándale un request a Angie. O sea, pícale en el más y le. Ujú.
Let's see.
Es como
Okay,
request to join.
so let's see.
Ajá. El,
Request to join. Okay, is
sí, ese.
Resonancia Argentina? Okay, okay. I just sent it to him. Let's see if he can
Amazing.
join.
Yeah,
We got it.
hello, good night.
Hola, Santi. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so everybody, we're doing this meeting in English because previously Gina Roberts did one in Spanish. So the purpose of the meeting is to reach out everybody in the red, the resonance with this moment. And so we're going to continue the meeting in English, but if you would like to see it in Spanish, we can also share the meeting in Spanish. All right, so I had the pleasure to meet you guys in Argentina and in Egypt, and so we'll see you traveling around the world, and now we're welcoming you in Atlanta. So very excited, yes. So many people know you around the world, but we're going to introduce you to Atlanta. So please welcome. So Liz and
Thank
Santiago, who wants to
you.
start
Good
first?
night and welcome everyone. And Liz, wanna start?
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. I'm so happy to be here too. Thank you, Angie, and thank you, everyone in Atlanta, for listening to this live. So I'm open to receive your questions, Angie.
Yes, yes. Well, we're going to go over the Merkaba Activation, which is the purpose of your visit here to Atlanta. So many people are familiar, and some other might be asking, "What is the Merkaba?" So we're going to try to go over the Merkaba and what is going to be in the ceremony of the cacao ceremony, and what is the role in the workshop of each one of you. But first of all, I wanted to say that you guys are wonderful human beings, and I'm so glad that you took the ownership to to teach us all these tools, and so that everybody understands. So we're going to go through geometry, sacred geometry as well, and the feminine and masculine, which I feel like is you are the perfect couple to join these tools, because the female aspect of it is the emotions, and the geometry show us kind of like the structure of the masculine. So it is lovely that you are bringing the two together. And so let's start with with the emotions, the most excited thing that everybody wants to
Yeah,
talk
thank
about.
you. Thank you, Angie. As you were talking, I was laughing because I can feel the energy in Atlanta. So thank you. So before going into the emotions, I just want to say really quickly what the intention of the Merkaba activation is, because that way we can all be aligned on why are we going there, and why are we doing this around the world. So after being in more than 33 years in 33 cities in 1 year, we have this intention to share this knowledge, this ancient knowledge, with new technology to activate your inner potential and put it into service around the world, and especially in this new tour that we're going to cities that are next to the parallel 33 North. We're having this intention to align all this energy with the technologies and the collaborative networks that are around and available to us. So with that said, what we are using as an axis is the Merkaba, that is the highest technology that we all have, right? And in a biological level and in an energetical level. So that's why we use this as the main tool of the two-day workshop, or in this case, the One Intense workshop in Atlanta. So the Merkaba is the divine matrix that based in geometry that allows us to connect our spirit, our soul, and our body into one. It's kind of connecting the dense and the subtle part of us, the I and the am, the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine into one. And with that integration, then we remember that we are whole, and with this matrix integrated into us, then we can connect with all the cosmos. So that's why it's said that it's our vehicle of light to go back to the origin and the same way that we came into life. Okay, so based on that, Santi, in the first day of the activation, works with the sacred masculine, with all the sacred geometry that he's gonna talk about, and the emotional part, that is the second part of the workshop, is to honor the divine feminine that is in all of us. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's to remember, it's important to remember that we all have both parts. And whenever we integrate them both into us, then there's where we find coherence, okay? So what we want to do, what we can create is this coherence between our mind and our soul. So whenever we get into the portal of our hearts, we get into this vacuum, then we remember who we truly are. Without, sometimes we have been hurt, or in the past we have fear of someone that can damage us or do something to us, and then we keep constructing these barriers over our hearts or walls because we just don't want people to touch us or whatever, or just feel. But that is just blocking your own essence. So what we do on the second day is with the cacao ceremony, that is, the cacao is the ancient seed of the Mother Earth, to remember that we are love, right? It's known as the medicine of the heart, and it helps us remove all these barriers, remove all these walls, so we can remember who we truly are, then open our hearts, and then from there we can get into the portal and remember that we are the universe, that we are that Merkaba, that we are all the elements, that we are whole, that there's nothing else that we are lacking of, right? So in that moment, then with this integration, then it's kind of it's like a rebirthing process, where it's like kind of you just go and die. No, literally, but you almost die because you let die all these programs or these blockages that were limiting you. And then you integrate all this knowledge that previously Santi amazingly explained about the universe and the sacred geometry. And then from there, we open from love to remember what we truly are. And we always say that you're going to remember this information because there's nothing new. We are not teaching you anything new. It's just something that you will remember, but it's imprinted in ourselves. It's our biology. It's our chemistry. It's our spirit, So we're done by that, right? So that's when it's kind of a rebirth, because I would say rebirth with consciousness, right? So it's kind of a wow, this is me, and then you feel everything, and it's kind of a healing process where you let go of all these, as I said, blockages, but also you actually realize that you matter in the world, that you have your own magic, your own talents, your own gifts, and that there's no one like you in the world, right? And that you matter for every one of us. So that's what we wanna like turn the button on, you know, like the volume on, or to boost. But anyone can boost it for you. It's just you. And the key is in your heart. You have the key, right? So it's kind of, you open in the door to remember, and then it's like a rebirth process, as I said. And then from there, what we do after the cacao ceremony, that is really beautiful, then we activate our Merkaba consciously, and then from there we go to a sacred dance, kind of an ecstatic dance, where we well, the intention of that part is now to get into the cells and the body as your temple, and acknowledge it like that, and reprogram each of your cells to integrate all this information. And now you can walk your talk, right? Because sometimes we find people that are meditating or go to a retreat or whatever, and they just do it for that time, you know, or the weekend. But then on your daily basis or your daily life, then you just forget. But then what we want to do is really to anchor and reprogram everything on your body, to remember that you are a skywalker here on earth, you know. So walking with coherence, dancing with the universe.
Beautiful.
You are the universe dancing here on earth, right? So that's why we co-create this magical dance with our hearts really open, because we did that before. And it's a magical experience where you can sense all these feelings. And I think it's kind of what the image I'm getting right now to explain is, imagine a robot, like an AI. It's kind of that, right? But if you put software on it, it's kind of, oh, it's me. It's kind of that, you know, that example. It's, you're like asleep, you were bored, or you didn't understand that you were like this. And then after this, it's kind of, oh my God, what is this? You know, oh, and then you dance. You see, it's kind of, yeah. So it's resetting your program, resetting your software, and resetting the hardware too. So whenever after this is after 33 cities, we can say with all our confidence, I would say, that this is a breakthrough in your life. This will be a breakthrough in your life. It's a before and after, because that's the testimonials that we have. And it's not Santi and me just doing this. It's co-creating with you, with everyone that comes to the experience, because we are one. It's a community. It's the era of Aquarius is inviting us to remember that we are one, that we should work together on service for communities, for the whole, in network, right? Networking is important. So that's the spirit. Yeah.
Yes. I love your excitement, Lise. And it just listen to you, it gives me so much peace in my heart, and it resonates completely. And you have all the knowledge and the excitement of your work and what you're doing. There's so many people that are starting to wake up and utilize the tools and trying to get more information, but it's very new for many others, and even it is hard for us sometimes to explain it to our family, to our friends, what is it that we're turning in. So the Merkaba is something that is within us, that is in our bodies and individually. So can you explain a little bit how that Merkaba is actually working? Because now that everybody here, oh yeah, it's the Aquario era technology, and everybody is saying, okay, yes, technology is this, we're connecting online, we're getting the best events, medicine, and all other aspects. But there is the most important technology of all, that is in our bodies. And that's where everybody's lost in it, because we're spending a lot of money and time and technology, trying to get the best car. You know, our houses are smart now too. But what about us, our
Okay.
body?
Do you want to explain, Santi, or do I?
Continue.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for that question, because I'm gonna bring in a universal law that is as above, so below, as within, so without, right? So if the Merkaba is in the universe, if the Merkaba is and this vehicle of light, it's also inside of us, and in our biology, like as I said, our bodies are our temple, and this is a fractal of how the universe is created, right? We're going to explain all this about the fractals, but basically, if you think, as Santi explains always, as a matrushka, as a Russian doll, it's kind of that, right? It's the big one has the information of the middle one, and the middle one has the information of the smaller one, and that's what happens with the universe and with everything that is created, okay? So us, as a creation of the universe, have the same information within. And the Merkaba in our biology is also imprinted in our bodies, in the first 8 cells that are created after our conception. So it's said that in the base of our spine, you can actually see them, those 8 cells that are the mother cells, that have the information of the whole. You know, it's kind of the origin. That's why it's said that it's the way, the Merkaba is the way to life and the way back to the source. So that's why it's there. You can actually see them when you see, and you will see in the presentation, the master presentation that Santi gives, the images that are astonishing, and it's like, wow, creation, and all this information is within me. You know, it's not outside. It happened to me, and we'll explain everything from the one cell and how it's divided into 2, and how the universe works, so you can understand from your mind and the mental part, and the your physical also what's happening within you. Yeah. So yeah.
Right. It connects with our emotions too, like our mental state. Like a lot of people comment now, like how, you know, their world is struggling, and we have good intentions of doing something to help the world and to do something, but most of us don't realize that what we do inside, the way we process our thoughts, our feelings, it reflected in the outward. And so by doing this work, by working on us, we're actually helping our work.
Yeah, because what we're gonna teach you or share with you is a method on how you can align your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your actions in coherence. Because sometimes I can say, oh, I want this, I will be more abundant, or I will whatever, but inside of you, you're feeling lack, or you're feeling not worthy, or with doubt, and then that's not the way it can be aligned, because there's no direct order that you're giving to the universe, right? So and the most important thing I would say that is different from here in our experience is that it has to be aligned with who you truly are, with your essence, not because you're thinking that you want to be successful because somebody else told you that you have to be successful. You know what I mean? It's kind of first who you are. Who am I? That's the main question. And then from there, from that reflection, oh wow, maybe sometimes we live with these tags over, you know, like naming ourselves, I am this, I am that, I am a teacher, I am a doctor, I am a woman. But that's not you. That's just something that is helping you define yourself. But when you define yourself with something, then you're lacking of everything else that you are. So that's really important, because it's not, I know maybe you have listened to different podcasts or information that, manifest or attract what you want or whatever. Yeah, okay. But first, who are you? What's your essence? What's your gift? What's your talent? You are just one like you. There's just one like you. So then from there, then we can align your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your actions in coherence, because then there you can put your magic into service.
Right. I'm seeing many people struggling with the feelings, that you either exploded or you try to hide them, and we're all trying to do our best. But when we hide our feelings, when we don't allow them to float and to be part of us, because it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be happy, then they get stuck. They get stuck and they don't float. And then we floated with our families, we floated with our loved ones. And by doing this work, this is a life changing, because it's something that you can take with you for the rest of your life, and always trying to find your center. And that's where I trying to what I found fascinated about sacred geometry, because a lot of us need to see a structure, so how all of these connect, like what are all this? So when you see the patterns of the structures of the geometry, and then you say, okay, so I can connect all of these dots like this. I'm like this and this, and I can see myself here. And then this is inside. It goes in as minimum as an atom for the guys that you for the folks that love to see everything scientists and mathematical. And then you can project that to the universe, the way it multiplies in many tiny Merkabas into a huge Merkaba. So Santiago, would you like to tell us a little bit about that? Because that's one of my favorites.
Yes, and okay, first of all, in the first part of this experience, the invitation is open our mind, open the ideas, and open our vision. So we will connect with the language of the sacred geometry, understanding the sacred geometry like the language of the universe, the universal language to create, to connect, and to put order in all the cosmos. And enter from the door of the sacred geometry to understand the logic of the energy. The energy is not random. The energy have a language and a structure and conscience too. So from with sacred geometry, we can understand how cómo funciona, how works the inner world, the inner world and the subtle world, and create this or build this bridge between the US hemisphere of the brain, or the mental and emotional universe, and connect these two and put in here and now, in the action, in my words, in my acts, this coherence that Liz speak before. In the second part of the explanation, we will see the unified field physics theory that in this moment we are living a transformation of the science, a reconnection of the science with the spirituality, and now the new science explain have the same sí, como las mismas como leyes o principios.
Same laws,
yes,
or principles.
The same principles that the ancient spiritual traditions. So we will connect this logical part of the sacred geometry with the symbolic sacred geometry, activate in us our inner geometry, our Merkaba, our portal, or our vehicle to navigate for all these dimensions, no? we are hyperdimensional beings, and our Merkaba or our geometric structure is the vehicle to go around for all the universe. So it's that simple, like that. It's connect with our inner geometry and connect with the whole universe, because it's the same language.
Beautiful. You know, I wanted to mention that during the gathering in Egypt that was organized for Matthias de Stefan, when we met, we all remember the geometry wave that you made. Was up there in the stage, and that was my first time seeing something like that in my life. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So want to make sure that everybody knows that we are going to be working with seeing some of those geometric waves that Santiago made. Oh my goodness.
It shapes in
yes. Yes, the shapes are amazing. Yes, I love your work, and it is really inspiring. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes, yes. So that definitely helped us have a view of the Merkaba and how it connects and it moves through our bodies and it moves through the planet. And so I wanted to hear from you, like what was the first moment that you wake up to this beautiful work, and when you say, okay, I wanted to share it with everybody, and I'm just took off and travel around the world to 33 different countries and met many other people. So what was the first time you say, yes, this is what I'm going to do? I'm just going to share this information with everybody.
I start? Okay.
Yes.
So for me, it was, I've been working on the metaphysic or spiritual world since 2016, before I was in advertising. So I left that life. I say it's my past life in this life. But then I think the breakthrough was when I went to a trip with Matthias it was March 2021 when I met Santi. And it was a breakthrough because going for the first time to Egypt, I realized, wow, like all these visions of things that I dreamt of were there. I always dreamed about being with family that were like friends or people that were really magical. And I remember that there I was with 144 people. One of them was Santi. And then there was a vibe of being really magical. You know, we all were like wanting to do our best and going into a planetary task. And I was like, oh my God, this is the movie that I dreamt of when I was little. I'm living it. Wow, you know? So all what I was tagged as crazy and I did before, you know, that a lot of people didn't understood what I did or what I do or whatever. In that moment, everything made sense. When I remember Mati telling us, like, some of us came back after 12,000 years ago to do this. And all my skin, and I had goosebumps, and I was like, oh my God, yes, that's it, you know? So after this trip, I felt this urge or this call from my heart to share everything that I remember, that I learned, that I was like astonished by, you know? So after this trip, Santi and I were in touch with another friend, and because he had the same feeling, and we were like, we have to share this with the world. It's not something that just 144 people have to remember. Like, this is the thing, you know, not the thing, but one of the most important things for us to share. And so then, to make this long story short, we kept in touch. We were friends. We kept in touch, and we said, okay, how can we share this? And then we co-created some posts in Instagram sharing our experiences and what like the best topics or the best the most important things that we learned on public, and that's it. And then he had the feeling of wanting to come to Mexico, so I told him, hey, you should come, I can organize something. And then from there we were like, okay, let's do something together where we connect your magic and my magic into one thing, you know. So after that, the Merkaba Activation was born. It was kind of everything made sense, because this is a really magical story, because I was like, from Mexico, you know, that is energetically it is known as the wise father. So it's kind of the energy of the masculine. And he's from Argentina, that is known as the mother of the new humanity. So it's kind of the feminine. Beautiful. And I was the representing the sacred feminine into the energetical territory of the masculine, and he was the inverse, right? But we didn't know this before. we weren't realizing.
So you guys
met so we met in Egypt, but then we became a couple after doing this together, because life and magic.
That is a very, very cute love story. I love it. And because you were so young, both of you, and so in Egypt, there were people from all kinds of backgrounds, different cultures, religions, different age. So this is not something that you know, this one group of people, especially right now that our world is so divided in different beliefs, and everybody wants to put everything in boxes. A lot of us went there because we received a call to connect our world, to connect us all, even though we were so different. So it's not some kind of religion or cult or something make us there. No, we went there because we care about our planet, we care about us, and we want to make a difference. And you didn't think about it twice. You say, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, and you took off. After the gathering, when everybody went back home, you were like traveling all over the world, meeting a lot of people and sharing this beautiful information. So we are so excited to have you here in Atlanta, and open the doors, the vibration. I feel your resonance and your excitement. We're going to have a great time. We're going to dance. We're going to sing.
Yeah.
We're going to cry.
All the emotions at once.
All the emotions and the good stuff. And there is always a difference too when we connect through online, because a lot of us are taking classes online, getting information, but there's something magical when we met and face to face, and we put our phones down, and then we start using our bodies and connect our minds and in our spirits, and so it'll be a all day work from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. That we will be together in a beautiful place. And it's beautiful because it's called also United. A very special place where we're going to unite, and we're going to do our work in our bodies, our work in our minds, and we're going to dedicate that time to us and to be a better person, to be better for our world, for our families, for everybody. So I invited you, everybody that wants to join. You're also going to the Meridian 33. So it's Houston and another
in
places
the
in the United
US.
States.
In the US, we're gonna
where
go
else are
to
you?
Rio Rico,
Mm-hmm.
in Arizona, Houston, and Atlanta, and San Diego.
Okay, so everybody that wants to join Liz and Santiago for their event, don't miss out. It'll be wonderful. We were going to share the information on how to contact them. So how can we contact you?
So you can find a recap of all our travels in our Instagram account together, that it's at Merkaba.activation, or you can ask for information to any of us. My account is Liz _DOMI as Dominguez, and Santis is resonancia.argentina. And we're open to receive any questions. We also are uploading some videos with information about what is sacred geometry, what is the Merkaba, what is the cacao. We're launching a new one soon. and then, I suggest that you see them, that you get inspired. And as you said, if you feel this call, you don't need any previous experience. That is important to say. The only thing that you need is your open heart and the will to go, and just be open to the magic of that is within you, and the magic of the co-creation that we're gonna do together.
Correct. Yes, because we might think, oh, it is a lot of information. This is confusing. I don't know much about this. You don't need to know anything. You just need to be there, present, and open heart to receive the information. It is already within you. So your subconscious, your body is going to receive it when you tune in with the energy of love. Not as a feeling, but it is actually a vibration that it lives within you. So thank you so much for your time. It is
thank you to you.
an honor.
All the people all are welcome to play and work together and create our best future. So thank you, and see you soon.
Thank
Bye
you,
everybody.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Gina. Ciao.
Bye bye.